Join me right now on Kumite TV is UFC light heavyweight juggernaut Khalil Rountree. What's going on, Khalil?
So Eryk what's going on?
What's up, man?
Chilling.
Before we get into that fight talk, I want to ask you about some new ink you got on your upper abdominal area, man. And what's the story behind that?
How do you know? No, so I got a new Sakyan piece right here. Sakyans are really big here in Thailand. Very, very big in the culture, Muay Thai culture, Buddhist culture, just in general. So, this one's just a good protective piece. I got it right over my sternum, right over the heart. Just protect the heart in this whole journey. And I got another one on my back a few months ago. So I'm collecting them, man. I like it. I like it.
Was that the first one you got with the bamboo stick?
Yeah. So
How
this
was
one
that?
I got. You know what? It was painful because of the location, but machine tattoos hurt a lot more. They're more a scratchy, like burning type of feeling. This one is just, poke. So it was good. There's a guy, he lives in this little hut, kind of like surrounded by a bunch of trees and koi ponds. Super peaceful dude, and he does really good work. So I got it from him. Shout out Jane Tattoo.
Yeah. All right, I want to go back to 2016, a roller coaster year for you. You went through the Ultimate Fighter season 23. You lost your first two fights in the UFC. You look back at that year. You were young in your career. Was there a lot of growth on your part during that time?
Oh, 100%. And there still is a lot of growth. You know what I mean? Like, I think that a part of this entire journey is growing, and even when we get to the top, I feel like if we're not growing, then we're not doing anything, so that was tough coming in, and just having, in my opinion, kind of like there were like some high expectations, right? It's like knockouts and good start to my career, going the Ultimate Fighter, coming back, all this stuff. Dana White, like, oh, this guy's going to be a problem, all this stuff, and the fans listen to these things, so little did I know, it's like there's a lot of tough guys, there's a lot of different, there's holes in the game, there's everything. So yeah, it was it was a little tough in the beginning, and a lot of growth learned in that year. Still growth happening every day.
Well, after that, you seemed to find your footing. You got 3 first-round finishes. What changed in you during that time, during that period?
I'd say like one of the most pivotal moments is one of the coaches that I met, and he kind of just helped me snap into a more serious side of my game. It's I have a huge heart for people, and just like, it's that mixed with fighting. It's like I couldn't really find like my balance. I couldn't find that switch, to flip the switch and take it 100% serious and all these things. So I met a really close friend. He kind of took me in and helped me to kind of take my mentality to the next level, take a lot of things, my work ethic, all these things to the next level. And those are the results that came.
Let's get into your last fight in November versus Johnny Walker. You flew all the way to Argentina for that fight.
Yep.
The fight wasn't very long, but was there anything you took away from that fight, from that setback?
Yeah, man. Like when I first lost that fight, like right walking to the back locker room, like I had never broken down that hard in my life. And it was because like I really did put a lot of hard work into that camp. I put my heart into that camp. And so it was upsetting for it to, end so fast and have all of those hours of work. And I think, there's been many takeaways. I'd be here for hours talking to you about, the takeaways, but it definitely helped me to just realize that there's a lot of room to grow, always a lot of room to grow. And also, like, man, Johnny Walker's a big guy, man. Like, I saw his stats and stuff like that and his highlights, and I'm like, okay, yeah, he's a big guy. But, like, once you're standing in front of Johnny Walker, just the way he carries himself, the athleticism, it kind of shut me down a little bit. So, yeah, like, I had to look at that and be like, well, you did go against a monster, and then to go see him and perform the way he has been, that's been kind of like a testament to my own inner dialogue. I'm like, yeah, he's a big guy, you know. Like I wanted to see how other guys did against him, and you know, a lot of people have the same problem. Misha Serkinov, the other guy, like you get in front of him, he kind of shut down, man. Like he's big, so it was most of the takeaway was just to continue to work, continue to build myself, continue to, you know, get new tools and learn and grow. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Johnny Walker's potential? Do you think he could be a threat to a John Jones?
Yeah, I think Johnny Walker could be a threat to anybody, man. You know what I mean? I think that, you know, with his character, his charisma, his drive, his size, his power, like strength, like in my opinion, the guy's the full package. You know, like he's got a lot of stuff. I really think that he can be a gigantic threat to you know, to the entire division. And so long as he continues to do his job and work and grow and get better, I think he has everything it takes to get to the top, 100%.
After that fight, you were spotted in Thailand. Well, you're in Thailand right now, not long after. You've been there ever since. What took you out there?
After the Johnny Walker fight, you know, looking at the technical side of things, I realized, you know, like how I got shut down in the clinch. Granted, like I said, he's a huge guy, but I just remember watching the tape and looking at myself and realizing that when I was stuck in that position, I really, you know, I wasn't used to being there. And so I analyzed and recognized a hole in my game, especially being a striker. And, you know, clinching is a part of Muay Thai, right? So I was just like, you know what? Like, I got some time. I don't really know when I'm going to fight again. So I took the time to learn, and I wanted to learn from the source. So also that mixed with, you know, like I knew a couple guys that had lived in Thailand before, and they had this discipline about them. And I knew that they got it from here. And so I wanted to come and experience it for myself, and then ended up falling in love with this place, man. Yeah.
Petchyindee Muay Thai. That's the first place I think you went out to. Sam A, Petchdam. Spent some time out there. How long were you out there?
I was at Petchyindee about 2.5 to 3 months. I literally only went with a 1-month plan to just go there for a month and train and then come back to some MMA. But I landed there. The first day I got there, they were just so welcoming, man. Like, they'd never seen a guy my size before, so that was huge to them. They were just like, oh, mockery. Like, they loved messing with me. They loved clinching with me. It was just like every time I walked into the training room, like, these guys would kick me, punch me. Like, they just never seen a guy my size, and so they were so intrigued. And so that to me was like really welcoming, because all of those guys have a great sense of humor and just a great mentality towards training. So once I integrated with them and started training with them, that's what caused me to just want to be there for a little bit longer and pick up as much as I can until I got booked to fight.
Now you're booked to fight. You're sitting in Phuket. You're at Tiger Muay Thai. What made you plant your feet there to prepare for UFC 236?
So like I said, like landing at Petchyindee and having the open arms, you know, welcome, and just the entire Thai vibe, you know, just being here in Thailand for me, so it did something for my heart. It really it showed me a different side of myself, a different discipline, a different motivation. And I needed that, especially at this point in my career. I needed something to kind of light a fire under my ass again, especially after a big loss. So, you know, I wanted to train here, but there's not many bodies and many big MMA gyms in Bangkok. So I told myself that I would come to Phuket and at least give 10 days and just see, you know, when I chose, I had enough time. So I was like, okay, I'll go just 10 days and give it a shot and see how it goes. And then once I got here, the work, it was good. George and Frank were super welcoming, super helpful, you know, and I just was like, all right, I guess I'm here. I guess I'm here, man. And that's how it's been. And the Tiger guys and the people and the people that come by even for just a week, like elite wrestlers. You got Chechen guys, Russian guys. You got the Thais who are just crazy at everything they do, striking. And there's just a great level and a great mixture of people cycling through, not just here, not getting used to the same bodies, but there's constant waves and cycles of good talent. So very glad that I chose to stay.
It seems like when you step into a new environment, you get acclimated real fast, which is beneficial for a fighter that's going to a new camp, right?
Cop. Yeah. I'm kind of like I'm real like chameleon-esque, right? Like no matter where I go, you know, I don't really carry this. This is who I am, and it'll never change. You know, like I really love to blend and adapt into my environments, and yeah, this has been a place where the blending and adapting it's brought me a big sense of like just life, man. You know, like the Thais they're in my heart, like they're a special type of people, and yeah, for sure. Yeah, man.
Well, let's talk about your upcoming opponent, Eryk Anders. What are your thoughts on him?
I think Eryk is a strong guy. I think he's smart. I think he's hungry. I think he's tough. I think that he's skilled. I got nothing but good things to say about Eryk, man. Like, you know, I've ran into him a couple times. We've had conversations, like mutual friends. I mean, I'm just really excited. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a really, really, really good fight, a good matchup, you know? And I've been training really hard and making sure that I'm just as smart and just as focused and just as prepared, like just as disciplined. Like, you know, like it's cool because it's called me to be everything that like I think about the guy. So, all I can say is that I'm just like, you know, I'm thankful. I'm excited. And yeah, I'm prepared. So it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's no doubt that this is a matchup that is fan-friendly to the fullest. First team, all violence type of potential. That's what people like to say, right?
Yeah.
Many people see a lot of similarities between you two, but what do you see in yourself that separates you from Anders?
I know this might sound weird, but like, man, we're two different types of people internally. You get what I'm saying? It's like externally and physically and just like athleticism and all of these things, like it's very even, you know, in my opinion. It's very even. But we're two different types of people, which in my opinion really makes for a good fight, because it's like you have, you know, like a pretty even matchup. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got an even matchup in the physical realm. But now I think it just comes down to like, man, you got two different types of people with pretty similar skills. Like, I'm even curious. I'm like, fuck, man, like what type of fight is this going to be? You know what I mean? So yeah, he's just, you know, he's a different dude with, you know, with some tools. So yeah.
Are you saying like it's going to be more like a psychological warfare in a way?
It could, yeah, it could be, yeah, for sure. It could be, definitely. Yeah, I think that, yeah, I think that this fight comes down to the mind. I think, yeah. For sure, man. I never really like, you know, like spent too much time thinking about like, what type of fight is this going to be. I just been more like, you know, making sure that I'm in working ready, sharp shape. But yeah, I think it could be a good psychological game. You know,
this is the first fight for you in 2019. What is the focus for you this year?
I want to be active, man. I want to be active. You know, I've had an up and down. I've had a lot of ups and downs in my whole career. 7 fights in the UFC, and still like, you know, like people kind of know who I am. Some people don't. You know, it's like, we don't know what to expect from this guy. Sometimes people put all their money on me. Sometimes people are like, this guy's going to fucking lose. So I understand, excuse my language, I understand, like, the ups and downs that I've had. But I really want to be active, man. More active, not just fighting, but, like, not just fighting in the octagon, but just more active with fans, with UFC, just being more active and embracing my the gift, the opportunity that I have fighting with the UFC. A lot of times I think, okay, like, I got to get serious, and it's just like, man, I got to embrace the fact that I'm with the UFC right now and just be more active while I can. And yeah, so that's the goal. Just be active, man.
All right, one last thing before I let you go. I know you are into music. You play the guitar. What is on your playlist for this training camp? What artists can you recommend to your fans to get down to?
I would honestly, at the moment, I'm kind of embarrassed by my music selection. It's been all over the place. I've been listening to this dude named DaBaby. He's from North Carolina. I've been in Incubus lately. I've been in what else? A lot of just like Thai music. Adam Chanakan, Season 5. What else has been bumping? Daniel Caesar. My mixture is it really depends on the day, man. It depends on the day. Yeah, I get into what else, man? There's been a lot of different things, a lot of different countries, like languages and stuff. I like international music. Sometimes, like, just listening to words, to me, just like already I have too many thoughts going on. So if I don't know what they're saying, then I can just vibe to it. It's good. So yeah, I think I threw a couple names out there.
All right, April 13th, UFC 236, Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you for your time, Khalil, and good luck to you, sir.
My pilai. No problem. My pilai. Thank you.